So when it became apparent I was working on a new album, I knew I wanted it to be a little bit more sophisticated and refined this time around. And I know when artists get to a certain point in their career, that often means boring. And I can assure you, this is definitely not the case. I just wanted to experiment more with a few musical elements that I don't normally or don't often play with. So I've been playing with a few jazz elements on this album, and this means a lot of ninth chords and sus chords and inverted triad chords and all these really exciting musical things. So one afternoon I sat down and played around with some ideas and wrote a chord progression that was kind of typical of soul music. And honestly, that's all I set out to do, but the process just kind of ran its course and it was so organic, and that day I wrote I Don't Really Care.
Burn, the reason that you're all here, listening to this every word.
So once I had the basic progression and it set the tone, I went through my phone looking for lyric ideas, and my phone is like a vault of lyrics and ideas for songs and things like that. And a little while beforehand, I had an idea for a song that had spoken verses, not rap verses, because I wanted to have that kind of intimacy, and I wanted it to be raw as well, which is why you can hear it has an analog tape filter on it in the final song. And I wanted the spoken verses to explain my journey, my crazy journey in the music industry. And guys, let me tell you, those stories happened. I have been in those marketing meetings where people have been discussing redheads disparagingly, that I'm too feminine and they can't market me easily, and how to make me more masculine and sellable. And guys, that quote, how are we gonna deal with the whole gay thing, that is a direct quote from a manager. It did actually say that, but rest assured, I did fire him. But all those things really happened, and I wanted to present them in this way to give a really raw, unfiltered account of where I've been and where I'm at now. And it really got to the crux of who I am and everything that I stand for as an artist. And by this point, you know, it's individuality, it's sexuality, accepting yourself, accepting others, being kind to each other, expression, liberation, and the one consistent thing that you need to achieve all of these things in life is one simple phrase: I don't really care. So you have to stop caring about what other people think, and it's such a hard discipline to learn in life. Like, even at this point, at the age that I'm at, I still check myself because I find myself comparing myself to other people or letting other people's opinions affect me when they really shouldn't. So it's really hard. I have to try to achieve this every single day. But I felt like at the time, breaking it down to such a simple concept as I don't really care was so beautiful. And it also came from this really handy Japanese phrase that I learned while I was living in Tokyo, which is do demo ii, which essentially means I don't really care. It's one of those interesting Japanese phrases that doesn't have a direct translation, but most of the time it means I don't really care. But depending on the context, but more importantly the tone that you deliver this phrase in, it can also mean I could not give a flying And I love this idea. I loved the idea that this phrase encapsulates. So that day I pulled all these elements together and I ended up with something that I feel was beautifully intricate, but still kind of simple. Like it's still a very fun pop song, but when you break it down, there's actually quite a lot of levels of complexities to it that I think make it really, really charming and endearing and immersive too. And the more I heard it sitting next to the other songs that I was writing on this album, the more I felt like it was a true representation of everything that I'm trying to achieve with this new album. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon to make sure you get notifications every time I upload a video. Make sure you go stream my 2 new singles, I Don't Really Care and I Could Be Your Girl. Add it to all of your favorite playlists, and while you're at it, check out the official music videos for both of them right here on my YouTube channel. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, and come stalk me on social media. All of the links you need are in the video description. I love you guys, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye-bye.